Hey guys, welcome back, and we got another exciting episode today of Toys in My Closet with another hopefully exciting review on the latest on the Dragon Ball Super Dragon Star Wave. I believe it's 6. This basically is the last wave that was needed to complete the Build-A-Figure, which her name is Kale. And as you can see here, we have the Dragon Balls lined up here. But before we do that and we go into each figure, we'll go and look at the boxes and what they look like with the illustrations. And here you go. As you see here, we have the illustrations of the 3 characters in this wave. And like always, the artwork of those illustrations are really beautiful, done very well by the actual conceptual artist, I'm pretty sure, of all the existing ones. And we'll start here with the Super Saiyan Goku right here, blue. Kaioken X10. Kaioken X10. This is from Bandai, as you see here. You'll see here in the corner. Now, I don't know, and you see here that we did the Urine, and I did the Chaba, and I did the Super Saiyan Vegito. And here is a illustration of the wave in the figures with the actual nice color lighting in the back for each respective figure. Now, I don't know. Let's go there. Now, I don't know too much info about what is a Goku in his Super Saiyan Kaioken plus 10 mode, but I believe that's, as you see here, the Dragon Ball right at the top with Super right there, and on this side there's really nothing, and at the bottom there's the Dragon Ball, obviously, cover, wording. I don't know. Here we go with the same thing with Golden Frieza. This is Golden Frieza. Same thing. Nice illustration, really nice. Then we have what is supposed to be, or what is not supposed to be, it is Mystic Gohan, which is Goku's son. Again, I don't know exactly what is the form of Goku in Kaioken plus 10 mode, and how does that come about? Because I'm not really savvy in the Dragon Ball verse and universe, but I collect figures, and I started collecting this line because I like some of the characters, and they're pretty affordable, which is one of the main reasons why I think this line really stands out, and it's good because it's a good entry point for a lot of figure collectors that want to start in the Dragon Ball realm and love Dragon Ball Z and the Dragon Ball world to start collecting. So, as you see here, we'll start off with the individual figures and then talk about the Build-A-Figure. And let's start off with the Golden Frieza. Now, this Golden Frieza is basically a repaint of the ivory whites and purple. This is his tail that pops off right there, like so. The tail is articulated in some parts, and over here, as you can see, it's articulated as well in this general area. Now I know that many of you that see like his leg popped out that would see this probably will ask the question of if why the limbs come out so easily, and it really isn't nothing bad. For the most part, most of these limbs and joints on the figures are really sturdy. His gold is, as you can see in the camera, it's coming out as two different shades. On this area, he has a more yellowy gold, and then this is arms and crotch area and thigh area leading down to the cuffs. He's more of a leg cuffs is more of a actual gold. It has a nice sheen on his purpley look color. The top is very sheen and almost looks like it has sparkles or glitter, if you will. The face is really well done. Really well done in detail. He's basically a repaint of, and then his leg, obviously. He's basically a repaint of the golden ivory figure. But this one, unlike the first one that was white ivory with purple, feels the limbs feel a lot tighter and a lot more firm, as opposed to the one that originally was released, because that one felt kind of flimsy and it was really hard to stand. And I basically always had to use. There's a picture of his back, basically in the details there. I had to use a stand, and he has a double jointed knee. He has a ball joint in the legs, or the feet rather. He can split in this area this much, as you can see there. It's on a ball joint. You got swivels on the upper thigh there. The torso, 160 degrees on the arms, double jointed elbows, swivel on the bicep cut, and then a ball joint with that rocks and pops out, obviously, on the hands. And then his head moves up and down, and the range of motion is that much down, that much up. It's on a ball peg. So the articulation is pretty good. In my opinion, I think it's very good for these Dragon Ball figures. He came with 3 hands, extra hands. Two, of course, being punch, fist, close hands, as you can see there. And then his iconic one finger throw down hand, where he basically can destroy and wreak havoc just by putting up that finger in symbol. And one of the things that I like to always emphasize and stress with this line is that the figures are very well done compared to Bandai's, SH Figure Arts. It's not probably as cut up in as far as the joints and articulation, and obviously in the accessory department, because a lot of those come with actual stands, multiple heads, even head pieces, hair pieces, multiple hands, and even they even come with like little pieces that look like translucent, that look like the effects of the powers and the fire that they throw out of their hands, which some of these did bring it, like Vegito and Zamasu, to name a few off the top of my head, but not all. They come pretty simple, just with the extra hands and the build-a-piece figure. But it's still well done. This is the Super Saiyan Goku Blue. Kaioken 10 Plus. His hair looks really nice. It's like a purpley blue. On the camera, it probably just comes off as blue. His eyebrows are really well done. The face is really well sculpted. But this essentially is the same figure that I had with the other first wave, which kind of gets me mad. And that's one of my gripes with this line, that a lot of the figures is basically Goku and Vegeta with different colors, and and schemes of paint job on the clothing, but the molding will be pretty much the same. And there he is from the back. The belt is really nice. It's pliable rubber, like really soft. There is the Saiyan symbol, nice and clean. Has a nice sheen on his hair. The braces are a nice brownish, kind of brownish burgundy type of coloring, and then the boots that we've seen on a lot of the other Goku figures, with the rockers, and the double jointed knee that gets covered up by the pants in the knee area, so it's covered up pretty well. Even though when you bend the knee, it feels a little clumsy, I guess is what I would say. And I don't know how this is coming off. I don't think it is because I don't see it that way in the camera. But his skin is like orangey, and the orange effect for the skin is supposed to be like his blood pressure is boiling and he's getting super angry, and that's what it's supposed to be, the effect of the plastic or the color in the skin. I don't know if I put him next to him, you'll see what I mean. That's the color normally, and that's the color of him. So he's pretty cool, pretty cool figure. But again, just my gripe is that a lot of these figures are basically repaints of existing ones, and it's only been 6 waves. So I think I got like 4 or 5 Gokus and Vegetas already, and even 2 Freezes. He came with extra set of hands, which was one of closed and one open for the Kamehameha illusion, which I have on him, one of each at the moment. So then we're going to move in over here to Mystic Gohan, which is his son. And the face is pretty awesome, pretty cool. The hair is done really cool. It definitely looks like the character in the TV show, right? And as you see here, it's pretty much the same mold of the very first Goku and Vegeta, which is the only difference is again the head, right? And then but the joints are a lot tighter, firmer. They did this shoulder piece here as a separate piece, so it feels a lot better when you're trying to move them and the range of articulation. And to let you guys know, on this figure, this here is almost like a navy blue with purple, and this is the same way but lighter, as opposed to the pronounced blue that Vegeta and Goku have, and the orange on their on their clothes is a lot more like a brighter orange, when this is more of I don't want to say the orange of actual orange fruit, but definitely darker. And again, really good figure. There's his boots. Again, it's like that navy blue with purple, or a hint of purple, I guess. And then there has the tied up rope on his ankles. for when he trains. I guess he strengthens his ankles. Pretty basic figure, pretty simple, but I would say he's the best reason to get Wave 6, because he's a different character, even though his body mold is still the same. I wish it was something to differentiate it, and he also came with 2 sets of hands. Right here we have the open hand ones. So the real highlight of this wave is basically the Build-A-Figure, because without that wave you can't finish her. And this is with the Urine Wave, the Chaba Wave, and the Vegeta, which I thought was great because all 3 characters were different and new, as opposed to the second wave. It's basically a repaint of Frieza in his different form when he gets a little stronger and more powerful, in the gold form, obviously, and then Goku Blue in his Super Saiyan Kaioken 10 plus mode. And this is Kale, and I believe, I don't know for sure, so please forgive me if I messed up. Correct me if you're so kind in the comments and help me out, because like I said, I'm not really Dragon Ball savvy, but I collect figures, so if I enjoy collecting certain figures, I would like to talk about them. I don't necessarily have to like them because of liking where the primary the primary reference of the figures are from. So this is Kale, and she is, I believe, either the sister or the girlfriend of Brody, which I showed you guys in the last video, that I have the figurized version, which he looks massive and he looks awesome, because I thought it was a better looking figure for a better price than the one they're selling now for the SH Figuarts, which is really expensive, even though it does look good. And she's really well done. The articulation on her is really good, and the build-up pieces came out really nice and tight. And she has a nice range in her head, up and down. Her face sculpt, her earrings right there. And that lime green hair. And she has like purple shorts. Her belt with the silver plate. And she got the leg gold brace with these, I guess would be these would be considered karate shoes. These look like socks. And then in the back as well. This looks like it was supposed to be like a hoodie that laid over. And she has her abs and her breast that defines also and cements that she is a nice female character, or a strong one in this case. Her eyes are nice and, that white painted over. She has a little bit of touch of like orange lipstick, very subtle but effective. It's cool. She's really basically the main reason why to go out and finish collecting this, this wave of the Dragon Ball Super Dragon Star series, so that you can have her, because she's not even available in SH Figuarts. Maybe soon, but I've noticed that a lot with this line, that they're adding and implementing, and somebody said that in the comment in the last video they saw, that they're implementing a lot of the newer characters from Dragon Ball onto this line a lot faster. And I think it's because since it's more affordable, people are buying them a lot quicker, so they want to keep their interest up and keep them coming back to buy more figures. So that's why they're introducing them first, I guess it would be the way to say it, and faster onto this Dragon Ball line, which makes sense because the SH figure arts are pretty pricey, and not everybody can just go out and and basically collect them. And this is her extra set of hands that she also has, that comes with each individualized packaging of each figure in that wave, which is 6 figures in total with the 2 waves to finish building her. And she has, good articulation, stretch. She even has a slit cut on her, what looks to be a skirt piece, but it's also very, it's like soft and hard mixed together. It's like a combination of both. So, yeah. So is basically the main reason why to get the rest of the wave. And I think that, this line has the potential to last for a long time. As long as they don't get carried away and just keep doing Goku and Vegeta in 1,800 different colors, all in every single wave, and they just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, because then you're gonna feel burnt, and overkill basically, and you're gonna end up probably not wanting to collect them anymore. For me, I wanted to kind of build Kale, and that was pretty much it. And I don't know if I'm gonna keep collecting this because I don't like that the figures are basically they've been doing a lot of the repaints of the figures. Now, if the next 2 waves have a bunch of new characters in them, then I think I'll dive in a lot faster. And it also depends what type of build the figure they do. If it's a character that I already have, because what I'm doing is I'm basically mix and matching the Superstar line, right, with the Figure-Rise. When I know that they're in scale, and when I know it won't look kind of off out of place, that's what I've been doing. So as you can understand, it's it's not an easy hobby to continue on and take care of, because these things are expensive, and it could get pretty pricey every time you go out and you're buying 2, 3, 4 figures at a time. And let's say they're $50, $60, $40 a pop. It's a hefty price. But with these, you kind of don't have that worry too much, because they're only, again, in an affordable price range. They're within the $20 range, or some places maybe 22, 23. So, guys, I hope you liked that little in-depth look at Wave 6 for the Super Dragon Star Wave 6 from Bandai with the Kale Build-A-Figure. And I hope you enjoyed my somewhat review. I don't like to go too much into the details, because most of you guys that enjoy figures know the ins and outs of the articulation and the points, especially when they're sharing parts like these that have a lot of heavy part sharing, except for maybe the head sculpts. You know what it is. I don't have to get in detail. But thank you for joining me again. Big shout outs to all those who support me and rock out. Hope to see you soon in the next video with whatever I do, whether it's a figure review or a gameplay or an unboxing, or something with what's going on in gaming right now. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys soon. Like and share the video. If you do, remember, it helps me out to grow my channel, and I really appreciate it, because I know all those of you viewing don't really have to. It's not, you don't have to do this. You don't have to come and give me support and show me some love. So because you do, you become part of the family, and I appreciate you guys very much. So talk to you soon, guys, and I hope you enjoyed the Dragon Ball series, Super Dragon Star Wave 6.